Hello everyone, it's Mochiko from Buffet Lab. This time, I'm doing something a little different, a special edition. I'm currently in Hokkaido, combining a trip back home with a quick getaway. The plan? A one-night stay at a hotel to recharge and start the new year fresh. First, there's a spot I've been wanting to check out, so I've made my way to Sapporo station. When I passed by this place the other day, I noticed a long line forming outside. I thought to myself, I absolutely have to try this. It's the Mochi from Sapporo Senshuan. I'm so excited about this. After waiting in line for about 30 minutes, I finally got my hands on some Mochi. I couldn't wait, so I decided to try it right away. Just look at that stretchy, soft mochi. Absolutely irresistible. Next up, it's time to fuel up before checking into the hotel. I'm treating myself to a seafood bowl. When it comes to Hokkaido, you can't skip the seafood. For my selection, I chose thick slices of tuna, salmon, herring, and salmon roe. And I couldn't resist adding some fried oysters on the side. The combination of crispy breading, juicy oysters, and plenty of tartar sauce was absolutely divine. By the way, right next to the restaurant is the Sapporo clock tower. It's been ages since I last stopped to admire it. Alright, it's time to head to the hotel now. This time, I'm staying at the Grand Mercure Sapporo Odori Park, which just opened in April 2024. Let's check in. I'm staying on the 19th floor in a superior twin room. Here's how the room looks. It comes with pajamas and slippers, of course. As for the amenities, they include a razor, cotton pads, a toothbrush, and toothpaste. There's also a bathtub. It's spacious, perfect for unwinding after a long day of traveling. First, I'm taking a quick break in my room. Along with the Mochi I bought earlier, I'm also having Paris Dora, another treat from Sapporo Senshuan that I've been wanting to try for ages. I couldn't resist picking it up. I brewed some tea provided in the room and enjoyed it with the Paris Dora. It's made with fluffy cake filled with cream, sweet bean paste, and mochi. The combination of the soft sponge, chewy mochi, and perfectly sweet red bean paste is absolutely unbeatable. So delicious. By the way, a side note, the internet speed at this hotel is incredibly fast. I was uploading a YouTube video, and the process was so smooth it completely surprised me. Now it's time to head to the lounge. This stay includes all-inclusive perks, including access to the lounge and breakfast. Honestly, this was the main reason I chose this hotel. Let's start with the evening social, which runs from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. There's a wide selection of drinks like red wine, white wine, beer, coffee, tea, and herb-infused water. They also offer various snacks, so I grabbed a few to try. And of course, my drink of choice is the Sapporo Classic. Just look at it. And the crisp taste, absolutely perfect. And for my second drink, I went with a glass of sparkling wine. It's such a treat to enjoy dishes unique to the region. Cheers to round 2. The balance of salty and sweet snacks left me completely satisfied. Now it's time to explore Sapporo. There's a place I've been wanting to visit for the longest time. From Nishi 11 Chom Station on the Tozai subway line, near Grand Mercure Sapporo Odori Park, I hopped on the subway and made my way to the Tanuki-Koji area. I've been craving tsukomeshi from this spot. Wait, what? It's closed? Oh well, I'll definitely come back to try it another time. A little disheartened, I realized I was getting hungry again, so I stopped for dessert. This cheerful and colorful parfait was just what I needed to lift my spirits. I ordered a strawberry ginger ale and a strawberry parfait. Not only was it visually stunning, but the parfait was filled with various soft serve flavors. On my way back to the hotel, I stumbled upon some roasted sweet potatoes. After satisfying my hunger with the sweet potato, I decided to stop by one of my favorite shops to grab some takeout on the way back to the hotel. This shop is famous for zangi, Hokkaido style fried chicken, but oh no, it's closed too. Another place to add to my revenge list for next time. Still, I was feeling a bit peckish, so I retraced my steps to find a spot for dinner. While wandering through Tanuki Koji again, I came across the Sapporo Gyoza Shizoyo Gyoza factory. I love their gyoza and zangi, so I couldn't resist stopping by. Back at the hotel, I realized just how much walking I had done today. Before I knew it, it was time for the evening lounge session, nightcap hour. Compared to the earlier evening lounge, they had even more alcohol options, plus sweet potatoes and mochi were now available. I wasted no time and started gathering some treats. Pairing it with a drink is just perfection. This time I enjoyed it with a cocktail made from gin, infused with lime and mixed with tonic water. Everything tasted amazing. I was in heaven. Of course, I couldn't forget to grab something sweet as well. I picked up sweet potato and mochi. Before heading back to my seat, I also made myself a highball to complete the experience. The sweet potato had a smooth cream filling and a wonderfully soft texture. Next, the mame daifuku. The outer layer was perfectly chewy with plenty of beans embedded in the mochi. Inside was red bean paste, offering a simple yet heartwarming flavor. Then there was the berry daifuku. The soft mochi was filled with a creamy, tangy berry sauce. A delightful surprise. This marked my fourth mochi of the day. But hey, I'm Mochiko after all. I live for mochi. With a mix of sweet treats and drinks, it turned out to be a truly lovely evening. Good morning everyone. It's just before 7 a.m. and it's time for breakfast. I'm heading to the breakfast buffet now, which is in the same lounge as last night, but the lineup has completely changed. I was a bit unsure where to start, but I decided to dive into the appetizers first. I began with some vegetables, then I went for a beet salad and followed that with a barley salad. Of course, I added a dressing. This time I went with a Japanese style dressing. I moved to the next section and saw prosciutto being freshly cut at the restaurant. Now that's a luxury. After that, I grabbed 2 kinds of cheese followed by jambon blanc. Finally, I couldn't resist some smoked salmon. My plate was getting full, so I decided to grab a smoothie before heading back to my seat. I started with a beet and banana smoothie. It had a vibrant beet color, but the banana flavor was more dominant, making it quite easy to drink. Time for the main dishes. I had a colorful fruit and veggie slice salad with a Japanese onion dressing that was refreshing and perfect for the morning. The pickled cauliflower was crunchy and had just the right level of tanginess. Not too strong, it felt light and ideal for breakfast. The beetroot salad was simple and had a touch of exotic flavor with zucchini, bell peppers, and other fresh ingredients. Next up, I tried the farro and feta cheese salad. It had a slightly foreign vibe to it, with spices and a lovely balance of flavors, including the crunchy vegetables. I also grabbed a slice of jambon blanc, so tender and juicy, perfect for breakfast. The red cheddar cheese was creamy and had a nice depth of flavor. I could see it going perfectly in a sandwich. Then came the Emmental cheese, which had a gentle saltiness and was very light in flavor. Of course, I couldn't skip the prosciutto, rich in flavor, with a melt-in-your-mouth texture, and I ended with some smoked salmon, a must-have at any hotel buffet. The salmon's flavor was so rich, and it would have been even better with a bit of lemon or capers. Moving on, I checked out the Egg Benedict station and I noticed a twist. There was a pancake-based Benedict. While I didn't order one this time, the classic pancakes looked amazing. I did try the salmon benedict. The pancake base was topped with smoked salmon, guacamole, a creamy sauce, and a perfectly runny egg. The combination of pancake sweetness, creamy guacamole, and salmon saltiness was delightful. Next, I tried the chicken rice station. I added some scrambled eggs to make my own version of omelette rice, omelets. It was fun to build my own dish. The scrambled eggs were super creamy, and the chicken rice was delicious, making for a classic combination. I couldn't resist trying the herb-infused sausage, which was finely ground and had a deep, savory flavor. It was perfect with a dollop of mustard. I also tried the Super Boo sausage, smooth in texture, but I prefer the herbal one. Then I moved to the bread station, where breakfast would be incomplete without bread. I grabbed a chocolate chip muffin and a raisin bread. And of course, I didn't forget the croissant. The pain au raisin was crispy on the outside and filled with plump raisins. The balance of sweetness and butter was just perfect. The fresh croissant made with fermented butter was crunchy on the outside and soft on the inside. It had a hint of sweetness, and I could imagine making a sandwich with the prosciutto or smoked salmon. The chocolate chip muffin had a lovely surprise. Inside there was rich, gooey chocolate cream that I absolutely love. It was an American-style muffin and so delicious. Next, I ventured over to the Japanese section. First, I tried Genghis Khan. This time it was simmered, which was a rare twist. There was even udon in it. While it might seem strange for breakfast, it was perfect for winding down after a drink. The simmered mutton had a subtle lamb flavor, which wasn't overwhelming, and the udon soaked up the tasty broth. I also tried the beef and onion sukiyaki. It was luxurious to have beef for breakfast. The beef was tender and the onions were sweet and soft. It had a rich soy-based sauce, perfect for pairing with rice. Speaking of rice, today's rice was the famous nanatsuboshi from Hokkaido, a delightful treat. Finally, I reached the tonkatsu burger station. Lucky for me, the tonkatsu was freshly fried. I built my burger with crispy tonkatsu cabbage and shibazuke tartar sauce. It was heavenly. The perfect combination of crunchy, creamy, and tangy flavors. It was so satisfying, but surprisingly easy to finish. For my last drink, I grabbed a green smoothie made with leafy greens and banana. It had a slight herbal taste, but was balanced out by the sweetness of the banana. Let's return to the Japanese dishes. First up, salmon. Next, we have shishamo, which has been simmered. Here's some broccoli, beautifully roasted until golden brown. And lastly, tamagoyaki, Japanese rolled omelette, dashimaki tamago with mushroom sauce, a must-have for breakfast. This tamagoyaki has a sweet flavor, paired with a delicate mushroom sauce rich in dashi, Japanese soup stock. It's a comforting dish that warms your soul. Broccoli with cheese. Switching gears to something more Western-inspired. The crispy texture of the broccoli combined with the salty richness of the cheese is a perfect match. It's a simple yet delicious dish. Simmered shishamo. Simmered shishamo is a rare find. The fish is sweet and savory with plenty of eggs inside. It's perfect as a side dish for rice. Salted salmon, another classic breakfast item. The flavor is light and refreshing, making it an ideal start to the day. And next, I headed over to the hot dog corner. This was a hit with the kids, and there was even a bit of a line. I also grabbed some crispy bacon. Let's not forget that. One of the highlights here was the variety of toppings. It was fun customizing the hot dogs. And now I understand why it's so popular. Of course, I couldn't miss the cheese sauce. It seems like this sauce is meant for dipping the hot dogs. What a clever idea. Mini hot dog. I loaded mine up with guacamole and relish. The juicy sausage paired with the tangy red cabbage marinade was my favorite combination. And dipping it into the cheese sauce, that's addictive. A quick tip: eat the cheese sauce quickly before it hardens. Crispy bacon. The texture is delightfully crispy, with a rich and savory taste that keeps you coming back for more. Avocado, mango, and orange smoothie. This smoothie was rich and creamy with a fruity sweetness. It's so delicious you'll want to drink it all in one go. Moving back to Japanese dishes. To my surprise, it included real crab. Wow, the soup was packed with hearty ingredients. Next, let's talk about the pickles. There's takana, pickled mustard greens, plums, and lastly, I grabbed a simmered dish featuring herring and butterbur. Plum shrimp shumai, steamed dumpling. This was served piping hot. The dumplings were packed with filling and I could taste the delicate flavor of shrimp. The hint of sesame oil added a nice touch. Sticky rice dumpling. This was a nostalgic treat. I can't remember the last time I saw sticky rice dumplings at a buffet. The rice was chewy and sweet, seasoned with soy sauce. Inside were flavorful ingredients like chicken and shiitake mushrooms. Herring and butterbur simmered dish. Herring is a local specialty in Hokkaido. The dish had a gentle dashi flavor and the chunks of herring were generous. It's a simple yet luxurious dish that gives you a taste of the region. Pickled plum. Pickled plums are a breakfast staple. The katsubushi dried bonito flakes flavor adds both a tangy and savory element, perfect for cleansing the palate. Takana pickles. These had a nice crunchy texture and a refreshing flavor. They're light yet flavorful, great as a rice companion. Hokkaido Marigoto pickle. I love the name. This pickle had a crisp texture with a flavor reminiscent of ginger soy sauce. This crab soup is an absolute showstopper. The broth is rich with the umami of an atsaki crab, warming you up from the inside out. Let's make some ramen. Today, there were 2 noodle options, pho and ramen, but I'm in the mood for ramen this morning. Let's get started. The process: boil the noodles for 30 seconds, pour plenty of soup, and top it off with chashu, braised pork, takana, pickled mustard greens, and green onions, pork bone, and seafood ramen. The soup is rich and creamy. The bold, flavorful broth clings perfectly to the thin noodles, making every bite satisfying. Craving something sweet? Time for donuts. I headed to the donut corner after finishing my ramen. And finally, an unexpected treat: sparkling wine. What a luxurious way to start the day. Donut. The fluffy dough is topped with orange-flavored chocolate, a classic timeless flavor. Sparkling wine. Nothing like sparkling wine to elevate the morning. Now, let's grab some dishes I haven't tried yet. Camembert cheese potato mochi. Potato mochi is one of Hokkaido's soul foods. The outside is crispy, the inside is chewy, and there's gooey cheese in the center. The mild, rich flavor of camembert makes this dish feel like something you'd enjoy at an izakaya Japanese pub. Vegetable curry. Next up, curry. I secretly look forward to curry at a hotel breakfast. This one is quite spicy. It's packed with ingredients like chickpeas, green beans, eggplant, and potatoes. The light, refreshing flavor pairs perfectly with its bold spice. A great choice for those who love spicy food. I decided to make my own seafood bowl with salmon sashimi, ikura, salmon roe, and squid mixed with wasabi. The combination of the buttery salmon and salty ikura is divine. Underneath, there's squid mixed with mild wasabi, delicate and easy to eat. Time for dessert. Let's finish strong. First, I grabbed some yogurt. Next, 2 beautiful glass desserts. Both look as vibrant as they are tempting. On my way back, I spotted some Haskap berry jam, so I added it to my yogurt. Haskap jam with yogurt. The creamy and slightly dense yogurt pairs perfectly with the sweet tart Haskap jam. Panna cotta, the silky, milky texture is so satisfying and it has a light flavor. Pairing it with the tangy raspberry sauce makes it refreshing and perfectly balanced. Acerola jelly. Its bouncy jelly-like texture is incredibly satisfying, with a bold sweet tart flavor that's refreshingly delicious. And with that, breakfast is complete. As for my favorites, here they are. Mochiko's top pick. Simmered jingi sukan, Hokkaido specialty. This is a dish unique to Hokkaido, and the fact that it's simmered made it extra special. Salmon Benedict, a sweet and fluffy pancake topped with smoked salmon, guacamole, a creamy sauce, and a soft runny egg. This dish feels like the ultimate morning indulgence. After finishing breakfast, I decided to take a coffee back to my room to relax a bit before checking out. As I was heading back, I noticed a fun-looking corner near the front desk. To my surprise, they were offering a free pendant making activity. Of course, I couldn't resist giving it a try. The process seemed simple enough. Just thread the parts onto a string. Or so I thought. For some reason, I couldn't get the string through. My coffee was getting cold, so I decided to take everything back to the room to finish it. Pendant making is finally success. I managed to thread the string. I can't believe I got to experience something like this for free. What an amazing surprise. My one-night, 2-day hotel stay was so much fun. It was a perfect way to recharge locally, and now I feel ready to tackle 2025 with renewed energy. Thank you so much for watching until the end. I upload new buffet videos every week, so don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. See you at the next buffet.